When it comes to a group of people who are well-conditioned and shredded athletes in the entire world, then WWE is at the top of the list. Most of the WWE superstars remain to be pro wrestlers, entertaining the WWE fans, whereas many of its big superstars have shown their multi-faced talents as an actor in a lot of Hollywood's biggest movies. Especially, as for the 2021's analytics, the former WWE superstar, The Rock Dwayne Johnson, is the highest paid actor in the world. With that said, today, let's look at the top WWE superstars who became successful in Hollywood. Number 3. Batista. This man's real name is David Michael Bautista Jr., who's known as Dave Batista on screen. He began wrestling in 1999 and signed as a wrestler in WWF in 2002. After a 10 years run, he was a 6-time world champion. Then in 2010 he quitted from WWE. After that, he focused on MMA. On June he stated that he would be embarking an MMA career, also won a purple belt in Jiu-Jitsu. While negotiating the terms, the contract fell through. Then he made his return in 2014, which didn't go as expected. Many fans despised and hated him, which made him quit again. Further, WWE hired him unofficially in 2018 to create a well-hyped feud between Triple H and Batista, where Batista attacks Ric Flair on his 70th birthday and challenges Triple H for a match at WrestleMania 35 in order to end his career in his own terms, which was kind of interesting and made the fans curious. After that, Batista lost to Triple H and he officially announced his retirement from professional wrestling. Let's move to his Hollywood side. Batista's acting career began in 2006, where he played a scene in Relative Strangers as a wrestler. Then he starred as an officer in My Son, What Have Ye Done in 2009. After that, he starred in Wrong Side of Town movie, having ex-WWE superstar Rob Van Dam beside him, which got released in 2010. Year by year he starred in films such as House of the Rising Sun, The Scorpion King 3, The Man with Iron Fists, which were kind of low-budget movies, but he did not gain a proper reach in Hollywood as he expected. Then comes this movie Riddick, which got released in 2013, casting out as Diaz by having Vin Diesel as the main character. Batista claims that this movie got him the spotlight he wanted. After that he got picked out for Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which hit the box office. Likewise, he was also included in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Spectre, Heist, Escape Plan, Kickboxer, Stuber, My Spy are some of his must-watch movies. As for the conclusion, he's doing pretty much good in Hollywood. Number 2. John Cena. His real name is John Felix Anthony Cena Jr. He just became so famous in WWE for his "You Can't See Me" and Thuganomics gimmick. He set his feet to California in 1998 to pursue a career as a bodybuilder. In 1999 he debuted in Ultimate Pro Wrestling, and in 2001 he debuted in WWF. Literally nobody gave a shit about him during his early days. Then on June 27, Cena made his television debut by answering an open challenge of Kurt Angle on an episode of SmackDown. He possessed ruthless aggression. Although he put up a good showing, he lost a match to Kurt Angle, whereas he pinned Cena by a pinning combination. After a while, his ruthless aggression gimmick became boring, and then he invented the Doctor of Thuganomics gimmick, whereas he raps and cut promos while rhyming by wearing a sports costume. After that, he became a fan favorite. The company gave him a push and made him as the face of the company by 2005, where he won the WWE Championship from JBL. Further, he made an impressive run, won more championships and ended up as a 16-time world champion, tying Ric Flair's record. After that, in the beginning of 2017, after losing his title, he unofficially signed off from WWE and started to focus in Hollywood. Moreover, he did WWE as a part-time, made guest appearances, whereas he ended up with facing Bray Wyatt in WrestleMania 36, which is doubtfully being claimed as John Cena's last match. As we can see, he made his appearance in Hollywood in 2000's Ready to Rumble movie as a gym rat, where he can be seen in the background with blonde hair. Then he went to Hollywood officially in 2006, where he starred in The Marine, which was a low-budget movie. Then in 2009 he starred in 12 Rounds, which gave Hollywood producers the idea to hire him for movies. As he was working for WWE, he was not able to be consistent in movies. But still he managed to work in movies such as The Reunion, Nickelodeon's Fred, Trainwreck and Daddy's Home. And also he starred in some Scooby-Doo animation movies and The Flintstones. After his unofficial leave from WWE, he starred in The Wall, which hit the box office worth of $4.5 million. Then he became more recognizable in Hollywood. His acting was so significant and catchy. So on, he guest starred in Daddy's Home 2, starred in Ferdinand, Blockers, Bumblebee, Playing with Fire, which has an IMDb ratings of 7.2, and Dr. Dolittle. Further, he has casted in Fast Saga, which should have been released by now, but it is being delayed due to the pandemic. Whereas we all realized how good is John Cena as a villain. Too bad that Vince McMahon didn't use him as a heel, except he kept Cena as a babyface and a fan favorite, where it was boring here and there, I suppose. He has also casted out in Suicide Squad 2 as Peacemaker, which will be released anytime sooner or later. And also casted in Vacation Friends and Project Extraction. According to my conclusion, I guess that he's doing good in Hollywood and satisfying fans, like as he did in WWE. Number 1. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. We all know him, so I don't think you all need more info about him. So without further ado, let's jump into the synopsis. His real name is Dwayne Douglas Johnson, who is a retired professional wrestler, businessman, producer and an actor. He started off with $7 in his wallet, and now he's one of the highest paid actor worldwide. Dwayne Johnson has got a separate fan basis when it comes to Hollywood. So when moving to his Hollywood sequence, he first starred in Mummy Returns movie as a crazy half-man creature in 2001. Then he started in The Scorpion King in 2002, which was a high-budget movie, then The Rundown in 2003, an action comedy movie which was a kind of interesting with good ratings. Then he starred in many movies throughout the years, but they were not recognizable in Hollywood, and he wasn't able to get a reach. Then comes the Tooth Fairy movie, which got bit of a welcome and gave Dwayne Johnson a special recognition in Hollywood. After a while he stepped into Fast and Furious franchise. Further, directors hired him out to work in many movies throughout the years. His last movies such as Jumanji 2, Hobbs and Shaw were major hit. How many of you all are waiting so eagerly for his Black Adam movie? And yet, many movies of him are about to release, but not scheduled to a perfect release date. He's most of the director's favorable actor. He's an actor who can boldly cast out any given role. I am a real fan of his super charismatic talking sense and his body language. He's most likely known as the icon of Hollywood. Thank you so much for watching this video. Drop us a like and let us know who's your favorite WWE superstar in the comment section. Do subscribe to our channel, Movie Freaks, if you never wants to miss a good movie. Cheers.